Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in. Now I told y'all to put some questions in the comments for the little small chats I've been doing. And one sister, she really took that thing to heart and posted 50 million times on several different videos about why do women about how do I feel about the statistic that says women initiate 80 to 90% of divorces, and that is the main thing that men use when they say why they don't want to get married is because women are always initiating divorce. And here's the thing is you can't really you can't really reason with an idiot. And so this is the thing is I get a lot of questions that women are asking from idiot men, from grown boys. You can't reason with an unreasonable person. You cannot rationalize with an irrational person. So you have to look at the source. Did a real man say that? You looking at a real man. So if it ain't coming from a real man's mouth, a man that you know and respect, and you see the way he living, you see the way he moving, everything else coming out of his mouth is making sense, then don't lose sleep over the arguments of idiots. Because a man who don't want to get married gonna come up with anything. Oh, I don't want to get married because that's just like religion. It's just about control. I don't want to get married because that's just a government, so the government could have you on file. I don't want to get married because that's really this ancient belief. You ain't really got to go to the courthouse to get married. You really could just jump over a broom like they used to do. See, I don't want to get married because, see, marriage is just a piece of paper. See, marriage really is just sleeping together. So that's how we got to do. You see what I mean? Like, y'all have to stop stressing me out and weighing me down with the arguments of grown boys. You feel what I mean? Ask me questions that come from a man who is a grown man. Because if you entertaining a grown boy and he giving you all the reason in the world of why he don't want to get married, you wasting your time. Because that's not your husband anyways. If you on a YouTube channel or a podcast of a man and that's his argument and you want marriage, then you listening to the wrong people. You in the wrong place. You see what I'm saying? So this is the thing. And this is why every day I've been saying for the last week, Lord, I'm tired of people. Lord, I am tired of dealing with people. Lord, can you please get me to Tahiti? Is it another calling out there for me, Lord? Because the question that I be getting here recently from women is really like, why is water wet? Why is the sky blue? Why is, the grass green? And some of the things I've been seeing, it's just been sad. And like, listen, don't let a relationship make you lose your mind. Don't make a relationship and a desire for a relationship make you go crazy. Make you sit and ponder and wonder and worry and stress and argue with idiots and listen to grown boys and what they got to say and what they got to tell you. Like, elevate to the level of living that you want to be on and live on that level. Now, to answer the argument from these idiot men, because a man know, this is the thing, a man know why 80 to 90% of women file for divorce. Because 80 or 90% of the men that be in these marriages is trash. And they be cheating on the woman. A woman not going to file for divorce. 80% of divorces is not going to be initiated by a woman if the man is a good man. If the man is speaking her love language. If the man is faithful to her. If the man is leading with respect and honor and dignity and class. The man getting left because he cheating on the woman. I coach women going through divorces or divorcees almost every day. And every single time when I ask them, well, what happened with the marriage? Well, he been cheating nonstop. Like, well, I caught him cheating 3 times. Well, I have. Let me sit here and think. Let me give me 30 seconds. Let me think. I have never heard a woman say, "I'm getting divorced because we couldn't agree on finances," and that's what statistics say. That 90% of marriages or X amount of percent of marriage is because of financial. Listen, I heard somebody talking about statistics say that 28% of men say they cheated in a relationship, and 24% of women say they cheated in a relationship. That's the most idiotic thing I've ever heard in my life. Because where do these statistics come from? Who reporting these statistics? What website? What website? What Census Bureau? And if it's the government Census Bureau, who telling the government they business? That's people ain't never been in those streets. Ain't no man in the world finna holler about, oh yeah, I cheat in relationships. Because everybody's scared to get filed in a system. So anytime you hear somebody quote statistics, it's all trash. You have to look at the statistics of your life. You got to look at the statistics of your neighborhood. Write down all your aunties. Write down all your uncles. Write down all your cousins. And now go do your own Census Bureau. And that right there is a microcosm. That's the micro or the macro. That's going to let you know what's really going on. So when I look at every man I know, and I could count on one hand how many of them I honestly in my heart believe have not cheated on their wife, that let me know my statistics. 90% of men cheat in a relationship. That's my statistics. I'm not finna go on somebody's website and let them tell me when I know I done cheated in every relationship I done ever been in my life. That's my statistics. When I know that I'm a good man and that I'm a responsible man and that I'm a God-fearing man and that I grew to this man and I know that every single woman I done ever been in my life, I done been able to cheat on that woman, that's my statistic. I don't need nothing, no piece of paper, no website that polled 100 people. There could have been 100 white men, 100 Asian men. This could have been a lot of these sites and these media outlets. They making the stuff up just to have for y'all to have something to read. And then people go read a bunch of fake statistics and then get online as an expert. Get in the trenches. Put your finger on the pulse of the people. And it's like every single and I rarely have ever met a man who filed for divorce, and so I could believe that statistics, but guess what? I ain't never met a man who the woman divorced him just for the sake of divorcing him. The woman divorcing him, but because he cheated on her or he beat on her, he dogged her out. That's why she getting divorced. It's like women love to no end. Women love with no rhyme or reason. So if a woman filing for a divorce, and typically when I see a woman filing for divorce, the minimum I see it happening is on average is 5 years. That's the minimum. But the norm, what I hear is 15 to 20 years that the woman has sat and put up with that and went through that. And guess what? I think my daddy filed for divorce from my mama, but they both had and cheated on each other. They both had and did each other wrong. And she did him wrong first. But when I look at that, it's because she felt wrong. Because she wanted to get married. And he said, no, I'm not marrying you. I'm going to the army. And she said, marry me before you go to the army. He said, no. And she told me when he said that, I was like, bump him. Forget you then. And he did not marry her because his brother, who not a relationship coach, don't know nothing about relationships, told him, do not marry your wife before you go to the army. So he took the advice of another man who turned out to be a broken and lost man as it relates to relationships. And then that put a rift in his own relationship. So my mama went and did her thing. And then when he came back home, he decided he want to be with her. She dropped the little rebound that she was dealing with and went full-fledged with my daddy, and then my daddy found out later what she had did, and now that put a rift in it, and he never forgave her. That's data. That's statistic. You got to look at your own situation. You got to look at people who look like you, who come from where you come from, and do what you do, and then you evaluate the situation. So if this man come in your face and throw in your face that he don't want to get married because 80 to 90% of divorces are initiated by women, so that's why he don't want to waste his time getting married, and he can't understand the fact that in the 10 marriages that he look at that went through a divorce, if 80 to 90% of them were initiated by women, by his own statistics, if he can't look into that relationship and see why did they go through a divorce, if the answer is because the man kept cheating on her or beating on her, if he can't understand that those numbers are skewed because of what the man was doing, then, and that his excuse and his reasoning is invalid, then he is an idiot. And so why are you arguing and listening to a fool? Go on about your business. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about this here argument. And a lot of people watching the video finna be mad because I'm not answering the question in a real way, because it is a stupid argument. And most of the arguments that 99% of the men online who arguing against marriage, arguing against relationships, arguing against women, 99% of their arguments is hogwash. It's Buddha juice. 99% of them is completely ignorant. This is men who don't want to be married, men who don't want no relationship. So why are y'all listening to these men who, like men, tell you about relationships, heterosexual relationships? These men who dress now about like, y'all see some of these men that y'all be bringing to my attention. I look at this man, and these men be dressed like a strong single mom who go both ways. And I say, how is you listening to a man with a fanny pack around him, with a cardigan or a sweater tucked into some jeans with a camel toe? How is you taking advice on a relationship from this man or these men? Because it's multiple of them out here now. So I ain't saying nobody's name, and don't be putting nobody's names in my comments, because a lot of times y'all, just because you know somebody don't mean somebody else knows somebody. So the messages that y'all don't even like, y'all go to putting people's name in the comments, you promoting and giving views and promotion to somebody that don't need to be mentioned. And so this is the thing. I'm addressing this so y'all understand. Stop bringing me the idiocracy of idiots. Bring me legitimate, real questions that need to be discussed, that need to be talked about, because it comes from respectable and responsible sources. If it's a legitimate question, then that's the type of question I want to address. Not the idiotic questions that come from a grown boy making excuses for his insolence. And I don't even know if that's a word, don't even make no sense, just sounded good right there, so we're going to use it. That's just, it's ridiculous. And this is what you got to understand. To answer the question that the point that men bringing up. For one, you have to understand that these type of men want to keep women broke, busted, and disgusted. Want to keep women barefoot and pregnant. Want to keep women without rights, without a voice, without a backbone, and want to keep women as an option, as a floor mat, as lint between their toes. Women, when this dominance was created by men, women could not vote. Women had no real rights. Women had no voice. So the woman had no choice but to put up with this man sleeping around in the community. The man would put hands on the woman. The man would verbally abuse the woman. The man would dog the woman out. And the woman could not go nowhere and do nothing. And so these men keep bringing up, oh, in 1965, there were more black women married than there are in 1980, 1990, in year 2000. And black women was married, and there was more black marriages back then. You know why? Because the woman ain't have no option. She didn't have a choice. She could not go get a degree. She could not go pay for rent. She couldn't do none of that. So she had to put up with this man mess. When women start getting rights, start getting opportunity, start getting the ability to go vote, to go get a job, to go have equal pay, still ain't equal pay, but to go get paid something, go get paid enough to pay for their stuff, they said to Satan house with you. You around here cheating, you around here, you want to put hands on me, you want to cuss me out. I'm finna divorce your sorry, stinking, musty behind. Get out my face. I could do better by myself. And that's when women start filing for divorce. And that's why the rates is what it is. And if the rate's even true, go do your own research and see who filed for the divorce. And then see why the divorce was filed for. And I guarantee you that if you find that 80 to 90% of divorces are initiated by women, I guarantee you that you will not find that 80 to 90% of those women say, I filed for divorce because I woke up one day and I wanted me a new man. I guarantee you that won't be the reason. I guarantee you the reason won't be, well, I got tired of his snoring. I guarantee you the reason won't be, well, he got toenail fungus. I guarantee you the reason won't be, well, I just fell out of love. I guarantee you, you will hear the reason will be, he cheated on me numerous times. He put hands on me numerous times. He cursed me out. He disrespect me. He won't stop dealing with these quote unquote female friends, or he's irresponsible. He will not work a job. He will not be a man. I guarantee you that's going to be one of the reasons. And you going to find 1 out of 10 that say, I fell out of love. But then when you ask the question, well, why did you fall out of love? Because you just can't take I fell out of love and say, oh, well, so you just decided to just get up and leave? Just get up and go because you fell out of love? When you ask her, why did you fall out of love? Then that's when you get to the real reason. Well, I caught him cheating on me 3 times, and now the last woman been calling my phone. So I just have shut down my heart. That's what you're going to hear. Look, I'm out here. I'm in the trenches. I'm my finger on the pulse. I just got off 2 coaching calls, and it's Saturday. I just got done talking to 2 different women. You know what I'm trying to tell you? And the other woman I talked to in her early 30s and was dealing with a man in his late 40s and been dealing with the man for years, and the man will not stop playing game, dogging her out, lying to her, leading on. And she finally saying, I'm done. And she got all the upside, all the opportunities. She dealing with a man over the hump, over the hill, illegal lifestyle. And then now these grown boys that y'all listening to will take that and say, oh, women just ain't down for men no more. Women just turn their back on men. When the man turn it back on himself. It's like if you now about 50 and you still selling drugs, or you in an illegal lifestyle, you still scamming, you still in the club, you still doing this and that, how in the world you expect a woman to keep putting up with you? And that's what my thing is. I'm not on the woman's side. I'm not on the man's side. I'm on the side of truth. I don't care where the truth gonna lie. If the truth gonna lie in the woman lap, then so be it. If the truth gonna lie in the man lap, then so be it. Because I work for God. I don't work for women. I don't work for men. I work for God, and God work for truth. And the truth of the matter is that in 9 out of 10 of these situations where divorce happened, it's because of the man can't keep his thing in his pants. 9 out of 10 of them. Or he don't know how to treat and respect a woman. Because when you look, watch my Q&As. Go watch my Q&As. If women so bad, and if women so quick to leave, then I wouldn't have to be here answering no questions. Go watch my Q&As. Watch my Q&As on Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram, and when I do a Q&A, I'm about to do one now, and after I finish the video, just so y'all can see. So the day after you watch the video, go read the Q&As and I have 1 or 2 questions from men now here recently, but go read the Q&As and look how much these women putting up with. And then you tell me why you think 80 to 90% of the marriages is being initiated by women. When you see what women putting up with, I'm on the phone every single day, and I'm like, my goodness, why? It make me question myself. It make me question. Well, I know the answer, but I'm like, why am I working so hard to be a great man when 90% of women will put up with anything under the sun? I'm like, why am I working so hard? Yesterday, I paid my wife her paycheck, and her paycheck was $5,600 from our company. And my wife don't do no work. And so I sat down, I'm like, my wife getting a check from our company and she don't work. And I had asked her, baby, you gonna do a little bit of work next week? And at first, on the one side, the devil was trying to bother me, trying to create a rift about it. On the other side, God say, this your wife. This your queen. She don't work for you. She work with you. She ain't got to do no work. She ain't got to do no work. I ain't call her to do this work. You doing this here work. This your calling. This your calling. Her calling right now is to take care of your underage kids, because you can't give them the time and attention that they need, because you got to take care and feed the world, because you got 3.5 million people asking you questions every day. So you get a little bit of family time here and there, but I done call you to something right now, and that's why I gave you this good woman. So that, because this woman, if I didn't put her in your life, she could be out as a millionaire herself. So don't feel like you carrying her. Don't feel like you doing something for her that she can't do for herself. Be happy that she here, because what you're not taking into account is that right now she essentially a maid, a chef, a nanny, an assistant, a concierge, a set lady, a stripper, he was like, look at everything that a woman does in her life. And now if you pay a woman for all of them things, if you had to pay a woman to do all of them things, what would that pay be? Because what the woman does is wrapped up into 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different professions that a good woman does by herself a lot of times. There's no number that could be put on that. And so, see, that's the way that I come to myself. That's the way I talk to myself. Whereas a man could come and say, oh, well, you a simp. And that's what men call me. Or you a simp because you giving your woman 6 figures a year to go shopping with. But she not working diligently every day in your business, in the business that y'all have. So she don't deserve that. And see, that's the mindset of men today, is they think that their wife got to work for them and got to earn their love. When the Bible in Ephesians 5 says, husbands, love your wife as Christ loved the church. Now, even if you're a Muslim, even if you're atheist, when you look at that instruction that come from the Creator and you evaluate how does Christ love the church, which one of us are deserving of the love of a Savior, of any Savior? Which one of us are deserving of that? Any blessings that you get in your life, you don't deserve the blessings, because behind closed doors, what do your mind be thinking? What do your heart be thinking? And what have you done with your body? What have you done in your life? How many times have you cheated the system, cheated the government, cheated on people? So how do we deserve any of the good that we get? We may deserve some of it, but not the level and the blessings and the grace and the favor and the mercy that we have that give us traveling mercies. When you riding down the street and you see wreck after wreck after wreck and you still safe, And you have traveling mercies. When you look on Instagram or anywhere and you see this baby with this baby with that, this baby with that, and your child is breathing, when you see moms losing their kids, when you see what people going through and you don't have to go through what you see others going through, you're not deserving of that blessing and that grace and that mercy, but that is the love of Christ. And then even the people that go through, it's still more that could have happened to them that did not happen to them. So they still have something to be thankful for. And so when I look at that parallel, that comparison, and I am told to love my wife as Christ loved the church, I realize that I don't get the right to put a set of standards and stipulations or requirements, man-made requirements on her. That it is my job to love her. If I chose her, it's my job to protect her and take care of her. And you know, as soon as I told my wife, hey, go into the joint account, because all our money going to a joint account. So she got access to it anyway. She see everything that go in there. And I say, transfer it to your personal account. And she transferred to her personal account, and then she was looking at some Dior jackets. And the Christian Dior jacket is not a necessity. None of that is a necessity. But I do that for her because she is my wife, and my wife is my queen. And the queen got free reign and roam in the palace. So I'm not going to treat her like a concubine. I'm not going to treat her like a handmaid. I'm not going to treat her like a second rate. I want her life to be as comfortable as possible, because that also defines me as a man. If my wife got to work and stress and slave and work to the bone, I'm not even no real man. I'm not even no real man. So the problem with today is these men today want to be treated like men and want to be respected like men and want to say the woman need to stand behind the man, but then the man want to go 50-50 on the bills. If a woman going 50-50 on the bills, and if she got to go out and work just as hard as you working to pay the bills, then she not standing behind you, she's standing beside you. And if she make more money than you and you still requiring her to work, she's standing in front of you, and now you the woman. Now you standing behind. But see, men today want to have it our way, and we just want to call all the shots, and we ain't looking at it through God lenses and understanding that this woman not your slave. This woman not your child. This woman not your do-girl. This woman not your punching bag. This woman not your therapist. This woman ain't your clinic. This woman ain't here for your disposal, just for you to do what you want to do. And then for you to keep bringing up 1965 when everybody was married, when 80 to 90% of black people were married, and they were being buried together beside each other. This is the arguments that I keep hearing brought to me. Yeah, that woman ain't had nowhere else to go. We just darn was out of slavery. We still was getting attacked by K9s on Main Street. We were getting darn whole Tulsa, Oklahoma burnt down to the ground. Black Wall Street, we barely was free. So we had to be together, because we have a choice being individuals. Ain't nowhere in the world a woman could go out and do her own thing, because she was seen as less than nothing. They called the man a third of a person. So what in the world they saw the woman as? You see what I'm saying? 1% of a person. A black woman ain't have a chance on her own in 1965. 1955. Of course she had to be up under a man. And the black man was getting so ostracized, alienated, dogged out, beat on, mistreated, overworked, and underpaid that he had nothing else to pull from but to come home and beat on his woman, cheat on his woman, cuss his woman out, because he being so beat up in society, he darn need therapy, but he couldn't. It was separated in society, so he couldn't even go get a therapist. And if he wanted a therapist, he couldn't hire a therapist, and I don't even know if we had therapists in the 60s. So he had to drink his problems away, and then when he get drunk, now he beating on his wife. But if she leave, now she got 3-4 kids because all he did was keep her barefoot and pregnant. Now somebody run tell that. Since y'all keep arguing the other side of it and trying to make sense of it, and we in darn 2021. And people still holding on to arguments from 1965 and 1970. Don't even make no doggone sense. We in a whole new world today. Come on now. Use your brain. Use your brain. Come on now. Stop comparing apples to oranges. And the thing is today is men got to take your ball from between your legs, got your thing tucked between your legs, sitting there complaining about a woman and all a woman do wrong, and you got to shut up, suck it up, and be a man. Pick up the slack. Get your sorry butt up and go to work and get your bread up. Stop worrying about your followers and start worrying about your dollars. And then when you get your dollars up and you learn how to go out and eat what you kill and you learn how to make some money, then you ain't worried about what a woman doing. You ain't worried about a woman want to kick her feet up and she want Christian Dior and Chanel. You ain't worried about that because you could give her that because that ain't nothing to you. That ain't nothing to you because you a man and you bought your business. Instead of sitting there want to sit online all day and go and have a argue of the genders and want to be arguing about, oh, women don't do this and women don't do that and women get to do this, sitting there with your legs crossed. Boy, shut up and get your sorry behind up and go get. I pay my wife $20,000 a month for her to go shopping and do what she want to do. Because I'm a man. I'm about mine. I'm going to go get mine. And what I can't do, I'm going to trust God for it. I'm not finna sit here and be more, hey, woman, clean this house. Hey, woman, do this here. Hey, woman, do that there. That ain't my do, girl. I chose her. I got on one knee for her. All she owed me is respect. Respect. Don't talk to me out. Don't call me out my name. Don't talk to me like no child. Don't cheat on me. Respect, honesty, and loyalty. But that don't make her no maid. That don't make her no slave. That don't make her no concubine. Because you ain't got to do that for your creator. What you got to do for your creator? Love and respect. You ain't got to slave. You got to love and honor and respect. And the good book say, husband, love your wives as Christ loved the church. What the church got to do for Christ? Be faithful. You ain't got to go out and slay and work your finger to no bone. It ain't about no physical because you got grace. So if the man is to love the woman as Christ loved the church, then a man have to grant his wife grace and mercy and passion and compassion and forgiveness and understanding and love. And stop trying to hold her to the fire and you want to hold her to an equal playing field as you, but then at the same time, you want to call her less than. So you saying she the weaker vessel, but then you want her to do as much as you want to do. You want her to work and slave for your love. And now she got to go half on the date. She got to pay for the date. She got to go half on the bills. Your money go to your account. Her money go to her account. And then y'all got to put 50-50 into one account to pay the bills. But then you want to call her lesser than, the weaker vessel. It don't make sense. It ain't making sense. And so now she got to be responsible. She got to be responsible. And this is what I need men to understand. When the last time you carried a child for 9-10 months? When the last time you could take off your shirt and put your chest in a baby mouth and feed and nourish that baby from your chest? When the last time you had to cock your legs up in the air and go through the experience of pain that have 20 bones breaking at one time? That's what giving birth is equivalent to. 20 bones being broken at the same time. And if you ask a woman, they say it's worse than that. Or you got to get a C-section, the where now your stomach walking around looking like it's smiling for the rest of your life. So now you can't hardly go to the beach without insecurity because this scar on you. And then the next thing you know, you got to go to Dr. Pahokee, Dr. New Jersey, Dr. Miami to get a tummy tuck. You got to get your BBL and all of this here stuff done. You on the bed. Your friend lost her life on the bed in Colombia. But you still so insecure because men treat you like an object, like a piece of trash, to where you feel forced to go get a BBL. To where women can't even rock their natural breasts after bringing a baby into the world because men have put so much pressure on a woman to be perfect and to be beautiful, because if you're not perfect and you're not beautiful, you're going to get cheated on. And then when you're perfect and you're beautiful, your butt still going to be cheated on. And then you got to turn lemon into lemonade and go on tour with the man who cheated on you. And then men got to be sitting up here complaining. What do we have to complain about? And that's the problem with the punks today. Is you sitting there, well, man, women cheat too. Man, women cheat more than men. It's just women don't get caught. And then you got dumb women who get online and perpetuate the cycle because they so insecure, because they done been beat up by these grown boys that now they believe it. And then when you look at these women that's sitting up here talking about, yeah, women, we are so contradicting. And women, we need to be beating up on ourselves. And women, we need to be talking to ourselves. And we need to get ourselves in line. These women be so confused and so broken, they sleeping with a woman and sleeping with a man. And then got the nerve to holler about, oh, women cheat just as much as men, but don't get caught. Listen, I done been in a relationship to where I done searched and scoured and everything. I was in a relationship where I slept with 26 other women while I was in that one relationship. I know what a cheater look like. I don't care how good you think you is at cheating. I'm finna find you. I'm finna catch you. And here go the thing. As a man who was out there, who was about that life, I know women don't cheat as much as men. So for the women who saying that, for one, just because you're loose booty behind out here cheating, speak for yourself. That ain't every woman. That is not every woman, because in any man who really know gonna tell you that's not true. Because I can't tell you how many women I approached when I was a single man and I walked up to this woman to shoot my shot and this woman say, I got a boyfriend, and treat me like a piece of trash, and she gone about her business. I can't count how many women wouldn't even, and I don't look like the back of no 57 Buick. So I know it wasn't about no looks. I know she ain't look at me and say, oh man, you the ugliest thing in the world. I know it wasn't about that. Because I ain't the best looking thing, but I know good and well I ain't ugly. And so I cannot count how many women did not even respond to me, or responded and said, I'm taken. I can't count how many women today don't even look my way. As a married man, I could be looking around at people. I can't count how many women that if I look and I happen to be passing a woman and I look directly in this woman's face, this woman don't even see me. I can tell you that it's times my wife, we have split up in the mall for her to go to one store and me to go to one store, and we coming back together, and I'm getting ready to walk past my wife, and my wife will walk right past me and don't even see me. Tunnel vision. So it's like, if you a man, and see, this the thing. Oh, women cheat much as men cheat. Oh, women cheat much as men. They just know how to cheat better. Boy, for one, you wearing jeans with a camel toe. Two, you got that fanny pack scrap too tight around your shoulders. Three, why do you have your shirt tucked into your pants? I mean, your sweater tucked into your jeans. That's why you're getting cheated on. Because you dress like a strong single mama who go both ways. Every woman gonna cheat on you with that outfit. Oh, women cheat too. Yes, because you got one gold tooth. What are you talking about? You got one gold tooth. That is why you get cheated on. Your breath stink. Okay? Listen to me, boy. You getting cheated on because you do not wash your face. You hear me? You do not wash your face. You taking baths every 3 days. And why is you wearing that color coordinated 1995 outfit in 2021? That is why you getting cheated on. stop calling about women cheat just as much as men when you dress like that and you looking like that. Come on, man. Because I'm here to tell you. I done searched every phone. And I done been out here trying to holler at women when I was out here in them streets. And then when you look at the woman who will cheat with you, she been turned out since she was 3. She lived in the trap. She come from an area, or she come from a lifestyle to where she has been hurt and broken. She is not a representative of every woman. She represents trauma. She represents pain. And that has led her to sleep with women, to sleep with men, to do threesomes, to do foursomes. She go to the strip club to look at other women, slide down poles. She open to anything will go because she was not protected and treated as a prize and a treasure from a young girl. You can't let brokenness become the spokesperson for your culture, for your environment. And that's what we doing. We letting brokenness become the spokesperson. That's why we got these rappers that's leading society. But when you look at their life, how many of them come from a 2-parent household that was healthy? Or even a single parent household that was healthy? Majority of them come from brokenness. But then we let them write the blueprint for everybody else's life. When majority of them are trying to buy their self-worth at the jewelry store or at the car lot because they think that that means success. And then they become the blueprint for success. That's not success. That's expensive misery. Come on now. Y'all can't be this dumb. Like, we got to stop choosing dumb. We got to stop choosing ignorance. Use your mind. Like, really get out here and do your own studies. Get your own research. Sitting here listening to these clowns with their legs crossed. Sitting in the dark and stuff. Sitting here arguing with women. And then quoting statistics about black people from a white man website. From people don't even know these statistics ain't even verified. Because I'm out here in the trenches, working with people every single day. And I'm going to tell you, these statistics that being reported, a lot of them don't even add up. Because I'm seeing right here what's going on. I'm seeing right here what's going on. But see, this thing, as a grown man, I want all the smoke. As a grown man, I want the responsibility. I want my wife to kick her feet up. I want my wife to be relaxed. I want to get to the point to where I could give my wife $100,000 a month to do what she want to do. Because I want that. Because I'm like that. I'm not finna sit here and be keeping score of what she doing and what she ain't doing. As long as she respect me as a man, and she ain't talking to me like no child, talking to me like no punk, like no grown boy, and she faithful, and she is an example, a positive example to my kids, meaning she there for them, she giving them love. It ain't her job. Her example to my sons is not about how hard she could work. It's not about how much money she can make, because I'm raising boys. So they need to see my grind. They need to see how I go and get it. But they need to see that their daddy chose a classy woman. That their mama ain't on Instagram showing her booty hole. That she not oiling up and taking all kind of seductive pictures for likes. They see class. Go to @Cherie Gaskin. You look at who I'm following, and you're going to see Cherie Gaskin. You're going to see how she carry herself. That's what my sons need to see. A woman who not attention seeking. Yes, she a queen. Yes, she designer down. Yes, she got a G-Wagon. Yes, she drive a Hellcat too. Yes, she could get in a Bentley. Yes, she got a Sprinter. Yes, she fly on private jets. Yes, she do it all. Just like the women who do it all and they show it all. But they see they mama ain't never posted her G-Wagon. You ain't even know she had one till right now. Because that's what she bought. She not with it for the likes. She ain't in it for the likes. She ain't in it for the clout. She want to be about her business. She focus on her family. She focus on raising her kid. And then what come with it, she ain't got to ask me for a dime. She can have the dimes. Because I got dollars too. She can have it all. See, this what men got to understand. Stop clocking women. Stop arguing with women. Stop putting women down. Stop trying to tell a woman what to do and you man up. You look yourself in the mirror, punk, and you learn how to be a man. Ain't no man sitting on the internet arguing with women. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Then what these boys out here doing now? Boy, if you don't shut up and go get you some money, go do you something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made more than I could count messing with darn Bitcoin. That was a doggone fluke. But because I'm out here about mines, I'm up here. I just booked a private jet to Jamaica off of my profits from darn Bitcoin. Because I'm out here about mines. I'm not sitting here, let me, crossing my leg with my sweater tucked into my jean on here trying to find a pen so I can keep score of what my wife doing. Okay, how many times has she cooked? Okay, how many times has she cleaned? Okay, do she make money? Okay, do she got a degree in engineering? Okay, let me see. Let me see what she is. Adjustable set up. She like a 4 out of 10. I'm not up here clocking my wife and what all she got to do. I'm about mine. I'm representing for my son. Let them show, boy, hey, boy, you eat what you kill. Stop worrying about what a woman doing. Let her take care of her own business. Let her handle her. And as long as she ain't disrespecting you and dogging you out and cheating on you, she ain't using you. My wife don't ask me for nothing. Before my wife asked me, when my wife wasn't working, I ain't had the money. I ain't had the money for her to get her hair and her nails done every 2 weeks. I ain't had the money. My wife was walking around, her heels were cracking. Her heel was cracking. We ain't had no furniture in our living room. We ain't had no TV in the living room. We had a $99 bed. Do you know how much a mattress costs now? Our mattress in there now is like $3,000. That let me understand how broke we was because our whole bed, mattress, frame, everything costed $99. We bought it from an outhouse barn that sell mattresses. Me and my wife would play wrestling one day, and I picked her up and slammed her on the bed, dropped her on the bed. We would play wrestling. Her bike went through the mattress and hit the metal frame and hurt her bike. That's how broke we was. And she was there. And you know what? She had a smile on her face. I was in the streets hustling, and she told me, I'm gone if you don't get out them streets. She left me when we was married and our son was in the intensive care unit. And she left me when I was in the streets trying to make money. And she said, I don't want a man who gonna make illegal money. She said, I would rather be broke than to lose my son's father to the prison system. That's what kind of woman I know. So with y'all boys out here talking about all this right here, listen. The women you meeting is a reflection of you. So you meeting gold diggers and cheaters because you flossing money online, because you got a money phone. If I stack up my bread and I try to make a money phone, I'm going to have a call center. But I'm not doing that online. So I don't have to worry about no thoughts. I don't have to worry about that. It's women who DM me It's women who DM me, hey, how are you, love? They is left unread. They don't get a response. Ask them. You know, I screenshot it, and you could ask, I ain't gonna say the guy's name because I sent the screenshot to a couple of guys. If I send you a screenshot, the women who be DMing me that I don't answer and you don't care about your name being said, then put it in the comments. Yup, Tony ain't lying. I say, look, boy, this how they coming. This how they coming. I screenshot it, I show it to my wife. Look at this. Look at this woman trying to strike up conversation. But I don't play about that. I don't play about that because I ain't showing nothing. So the only way a person gonna be able to count my money is if you see where I'm sitting at on a game. If you see I'm at a game tripping referees, then you gonna count that up. If you happen to know everything about a car and I'm doing a car chronicle video and you could tell what kind of seat of this car in, or you know what a red seatbelt mean when I'm in that cat, I call it an angel cat because I don't do nothing with the devil. And you know what a red seatbelt mean, and you know what the seats in this other kind of car is, or this other kind of car, that's the only way you're gonna count my money. That's the only way you're gonna count it, because I'm not out here doing it for the clout. One of my people asked me, Tony, why you got all this nice stuff if you don't show it? I said, because I don't got it for Instagram. I got it for me. I got it because I like it. You see what I'm saying? So the woman that you with, that's a reflection of you. That's a reflection of you. My wife, classy, because that's a reflection of me. I became a classy man. And see, y'all boys out here just, you want to be sorry. You want to be in the strip club. You want to sleep around. You want to have accounts on these websites where you paying a monthly subscription to watch a woman twerk. Boy, you nasty. Boy, you lost. Boy, you broken. You ugly spirited. That's why you attracting these savage women. That's why you so mad with the women, and that's why you happy that these down low men got a platform beating up on women, because you keep getting dogged out by women because you lame right now. Because you living like a lame. And you attracting these savage women, and then not every woman bad, not every woman sorry, not every woman. And then when I tell y'all that we need more simps, men now want to come with the proper definition of a simp. Oh, well, what the real definition of a simp is when a man is doing everything for a woman and a woman is not doing everything for him. That's not the definition of a simp according to y'all, because y'all calling me a simp. Y'all calling me a simp. And so if I'm a simp, then we need more simps. You know why? Because my son's taken care of and they got straight A's because of the balance that's in this household. Straight A's, you don't get straight A's if you ain't got balance. My wife got a master's degree, and she got that while we was married because I was out here getting it legally. You hear me? So she could go work anytime she get ready to work, but she ain't gotta work. So I'd rather her, if she okay with being there to where at 10 a.m., she ain't got to ask no boss, can she leave work to go to my son recital at his school in the chapel? But she could just go because she worked for herself, because her and her husband got assets, got businesses. Then that's what I want. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm about. And so, listen, we out here as men today, and we so mad with women. Listen, that's the man plan. That's the man plan for you to sit here as a man and argue with who you supposed to be building with. And then this how y'all boys be contradicting yourself. You talking about we need to build together. You talking about we need to build together, but you want to get her under the table wages. Picture this: you building a house with your crew, and you finna get $100,000 for building this house, but you standing on the sideline and you watching her build it. She the CEO of home. She building the house, but you don't want her to have no perks. You don't want her to have no 401k. You don't want her to have no health insurance. You don't want her to have no opinion, no voice. You want her to be a 1965 woman. when women barely had any rights in 2021, 2022. And then you want to argue with me about how sorry women is when you out here looking for every advantage you could get in a relationship. When you want to be on these websites paying subscriptions. When you want to be in the strip club watching booty clap. Instead of out here about your money, about your grind, about being an example for your kids. Instead of getting married, you want to have just baby mama after baby mama. And you want to be a weekend daddy for the rest of your life. Instead of trying to be solid for your kids. And then you want to put your foot on the neck of a woman. And you want to tell her stand behind you. Tell her she the weaker vessel. But you still want her to work and help pay bills. Or if you say, well, I don't want her to work. She can stay home. She can stay home. She wants to stay home, be there with the kid. Okay, so she at home with the kids. But you don't want to give her no say-so. She can't use her mind in your business and what you trying to build. She can't give you no input. She can't give you no insight. She can't speak up. She can't just go buy something that she want to go buy. She got to come and ask you. She got to get all your permission. That's not a wife. That's a maid. That's a nanny. That's not a wife. Read Proverbs 31. A woman got to be able to use her righteous mind, to call shots, to make things happen because she see things differently than you. So when she can flourish in her fullness, she an asset. She an asset. You don't pigeonhole Scottie Pippen. You let Scottie do Scottie. You let Scottie do what Scottie do. You don't tell Scottie, oh no, take off this part of your game, take off that part of your game, take off that part of your game, and just this all you do. No, if you think you Michael Jordan, let Scottie flourish. That's how you gonna get 3 rings in a row. But see, what y'all want to do, you want to put a muzzle on your woman's mouth. You want to put a leash around her neck. And then you want to holler about, let's build together. We need to be building together. But you in the strip club. But you in the casino gambling. You smoking weed, getting high every day. Well, it's affecting the way you function. You can't even hustle right because you can't handle your weed. You don't even know how to use the blunt for your benefit. The blunt using you. And you want to be drinking Hennessy every day. Getting drunk every day. You having 3-4 glasses of Hennessy. Can't even function. So now you can't even function because of your addictions. So addicted, can't sleep, can't do nothing without having that addiction. But then want to call yourself a man. But the addiction using you. And then anything that make you feel comfortable, that make you feel good online, that make you feel like more of a man, because you feel like more of a man when you put your foot on the neck of a woman. When you can control a woman, it make you feel like you got control over your life. Boy, you's a punk. That's punk living right there. Now you is the simp. You is the simp. If you feel like you got to tell a woman that she need to look up of the example of her grandmama, when her grandmama couldn't vote, when her grandmama couldn't go get equal pay, when her grandmama couldn't get no good job, couldn't get no degree, you telling her she need to be more like her grandma? Boy, you stupid. Why you finna push the woman back? When if you let her flourish today, that woman might out-earn you. If you let her flourish today, listen, I talked to my wife, I said, babe, why you don't start no business? Because my wife, she can start any business she want to start in the world. She said, because whatever I do it at 100. And I can't give 100 to no business and 100 to no kids. And she said, I feel like every person who think they doing that is not doing that. And I looked at my life and I say, she right. Because I run business. And I can't give 100 and 100. I might call it 100. But it ain't 100 because I'm not outside every day playing catch with my sons. Because sometimes I got to be working. So that I could take care of their school. That I could take care of their household. So sometimes at 4 o'clock, I'm on a call doing business. When this other man who got off at 3:30, he in the front yard. But see, his income is capped. He on his job, he can't build generational wealth because he working for somebody else. I'm building my own, so sometimes so that means I got to work at 4. Now, me and my son, we was at Game 7 last night of hockey, and I'm introducing them to something new because black people don't really play hockey, and we on the front row. We on row A at the glass. You hear me? So them 4 tickets cost over $3,000. Cost thousands of dollars. So I might be able to do something differently for my sons to show them something different. Now my 14-year-old say, Dad, I'm a hockey fan now. I expose his mind. I introduce him to something different. When I was working my 9 to 5, I couldn't afford them tickets. But when I got out here and built my dream, it put me in a different position. So see, it's pros and cons to everything. And that's what you got to understand. So as men, you got to be about yours, but you got to stop trying to control a woman, and you got to get control over yourself. Get control over yourself, then everything else gonna fall in place in your life. And I realize you ain't gonna be able to be 100 in every single thing. And if you think you is, that's just your perception of it. And you giving yourself the credit and you patting yourself on the back. But when you let somebody on the outside look in, they're gonna say, well, this is what you could be doing extra with your kids. You're like, oh, well, I can't do that because I gotta work. Okay, then you're not 100 then. You 190. You 100 to 80. Because you had to work on your son's birthday. Like the NBA, like the pro athletes. And some people who you had to work on your son's birthday. You had to be out of town on your son's birthday working. Okay, you not 100 then. Because you missing recitals. You missing birthday. So then how you gonna tell this woman she could be 100 and go out and work her finger to the bone and be a full-time mama? And so the man wanna holler about the woman stand behind him because he make money. Making money don't just make you no man. Making money ain't the only thing. Making money don't make a woman less than you. It's better said. So you could go out and make money, but guess what? This woman, do what she doing. Do what you expect of her. And then you tell me which one you want to do. I'm gonna tell you right now. We expect women breastfeed these babies, carry these babies on their hip, stay barefoot and pregnant, keep popping out baby after baby. These women having 2, 3, 4 kids. And these women round the clock, they chasing around a baby. Every 2 hours, they got to get up to feed this newborn. All this right here stress. They don't have time for themselves. They don't have time to themselves. They stress, they losing their mind. They doing all of this right here. And then men think we got it harder. Listen, I'm just being honest with you. I'd much rather do what I'm doing right now than to have to do what we expect women to do all day, running around behind an old dirty child. Around here snodding and sneezing and boo-booing, having blowouts in the diaper. You sit them in the car seat, and the woman trying to drive to the grocery store with her child because the man is working a job. So she got to take a newborn to the grocery store in the middle of COVID, and then the baby have a blowout in the back of the seat. So now the baby got a blowout. It's boo-boo all up the baby bike, all on the car seat. She got to pull over, wipe the baby down. She riding home. This woman literally in tears because the baby having blowouts. The baby got colic. And she around here got to be up every 2 hours feeding the baby. They can't get the baby to stop crying, and the man on the job. The man is on the job, and yes, he making money, but guess what? He laughing with his homeboys on the job. He having a blast. He flying around the country if he got that kind of job. He building camaraderie. He living all this right here life, and then we want to say that we got it harder as men. Boy, shut up. Shut up and be real about this situation. Be real. And whatever you think a man is, if you think a man it'll put a pistol in your mouth, I'm about that. If you think a man will punch you in your mouth, I'm about that. Whatever you think a man is, I'm about that. But one thing I'm going to tell you is that I'm real about the realities of this here world. And we cannot advance and we cannot grow until we take our foot off the neck of a woman and stop trying to argue and fight and complain with the one you're supposed to be building with. Stop trying to debase and put down and demoralize and degrade women and hollering about you building. Shut that mess up and do what you're supposed to do as a man. Make the money, take care of the household, make her life easy, make your kids' life easy, and stop crying and complaining about it. And shut up. And then you can holler about manhood being hard. When your woman got it made in the shade, when your kids got it made in the shade, when you got generational wealth lined up, and you could do all of that without making this woman your therapist, without making this woman your punching bag, without making this woman your trauma clinic. Then talk to me about manhood. Boy, that's what you got to understand. And then this is the thing. As men, we want to rate women on a scale of 1 to 10. We want to call women fat. We want to call women ugly. We want to call women porky, but then get mad when a man talk to us like a man. When a man talk to us the same way, then we, oh, well, see, the reason why men hate you and the reason why men won't listen to you is because you calling men sorry and you calling men grown boys. That's why men don't want to listen to you. That's what men be in my comments telling me. Well, Tony, how you want men to listen to you when you call us grown boys? But then you'll go to a man channel who calling women fat and ugly, and you just, oh, he killing it. Oh, this man is true. Oh, give me something to drink. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, bring me some popcorn. Oh, this man killing it. Oh, you crossing your legs. Boy, because you ain't got no ball. You crossing your leg. You all in there. You watching another man berate women. You watching men berate women for hours on end. I bet it ain't now man got to this point in the video unless a good woman sitting beside him making his butt watch it. I was about to do something, but I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it because somebody tricked the system. It'll be a woman who her man got control of her. What I was about to say, I was about to say the first man that write in the comments, this right here, I'm cash apping you $1,000 because you a real man to get the hour and 6 minutes. But then you know what I said? It'll be a woman who right here tell her brother, hey, go to Tony Gaskins video and comment, I made it. Cause he gonna cash up you $1,000 and you give it to me. So I ain't gonna do it. That's canceled. Can't even do it. Cause I seen how the system, you seen how I just picked up in 0.2 seconds how the system will get rigged? Cause I was out there rigging systems. You see what I'm saying? I see life for what it is on both sides. And I could be real about it. And yesterday I wanted to get in my feelings when I cut my wife that check. When her paycheck was $5,600 for a week worth of work. And it really was like a week and a half. And it wasn't work, but it was just, I make sure that whatever come in, she get a salary from that. Because I would not be me without her. And what she get that she just could spend on her, just for her. And then all the bills paid out of our joint account. But I believe that the woman as well as the man should have money that they could just spend on them. With no questions asked what makes sense to them, what they want to buy. So I'm able to do that in my marriage. So at the same time now, men will say, oh, well, you doing that, man. It sounds like you getting the short end of the stick. No, I got 9 cars. I got Rolex and APs. I could buy whatever I want to buy too. But I make sure that she could do the same. So a lot of times men look at it and they like, oh, well, you doing all this, but what's she doing for you? I can do anything I want to do. As long as it ain't disrespecting her. I can't go to no strip club. Because my wife know that that's lust. And she know that lust ain't to be played with. I can't be on these websites with no subscription. But guess what? I don't want to do those things. Because I already know it's deviant behavior. I already know what it's going to lead to. Hey, this Tony guy, I haven't talked too much. Ain't nobody, the people that need the lesson ain't going to get this far. You know why? Because when some stepping on your toes, don't nobody want to get there. You know and I'm going to tell you the truth. The people who really want to get there, is women. Because see, men don't watch me because I offend their egos. But a woman will watch it and it ain't even for her. But when you see a man who is berating and beating up on women, men will watch that entire hour-long video. But guess who also will watch all of it, even though all of it is against them? Women. But yet men want to call ourselves superior. When a woman will sit through an hour of being berated and then by the end of the hour believe the beration. I don't know if that's a word, but it sounds good. I'm going to use it right there. Will believe the beration at the end of the hour. But a man, anything that's uncomfortable to us, the average man gonna run. If you a man, I ain't got nothing to give you, because we got to start rewarding men for doing what we supposed to do. We want a trophy for doing what we supposed to do. And then we want to criticize women when they doing all that they can do. But we want a trophy as men when we a good father. But then it is automatically expected of a woman to be a good mother. Man, listen. So listen, if you got to this point and you a man and all this right here that I said, it's going to challenge you because it challenged me. This how I had to talk to myself. I had to talk to myself like this to become a millionaire. I had to talk to myself like this to build from nothing with no college degree, with no mentor. Everybody always talk about mentorship. I don't have a mentor. I mentored me. I mentored myself. God was my mentor. The Holy Bible was my mentor. That's it. I ain't never get to talk to no man that could show me how to do what I'm doing today. I could get wisdom from my daddy, but all that wisdom ain't gonna apply to everything I'm doing because a lot of stuff I'm doing, he can't even understand the process, how it's even happening, how it's even being done. Like I show my family my expense sheet and how my expenses may be $200,000 a month, and they can't even process how a non-athlete and a non-musician and a non-entertainer and a non-promoter got running a $200,000 a month expense business. They can't even understand that. And you know what? I don't understand it either. That's how I know God in the midst. That's how I know God. And I don't even speak numbers like that. But sometimes I feel like I got to let it be known. And then people say, oh, well, you making money from this and that. You making money from this and that. Listen, I ain't got now, other than my advance, I ain't got now check from my book deal with Simon & Schuster. They'll tell you. Because a lot of my demographic don't read. And I don't do media. I don't really do media like that because I'm too real for media. Media wants you to do Sam shuck and jive dance. I'm too real for it. I tell too much truth. And they want to push a narrative. They got an agenda to push. Toxicity. They want people to be brainwashed and controlled. They don't want me to come on there talking like this because the person interviewing me, I'm stepping on their toes. So when they watch the videos of me before they invite me to their show, like, no, can't bring him on here. He finna ruin my marriage. You know, he's telling this all this kind of truth here. I'm not finna interview somebody that's finna expose the game I'm playing. Go ahead. But then the men who saying what they want to hear, they could get on anybody podcast in the world. They could get on anybody podcast in the world if they gonna push that narrative. But somebody like myself that's going to challenge this here toxic narrative that men pushing today, ain't no podcast reaching out to me. You know who podcast reaching out to me? All the white men that want me to talk about business. Because they trying to understand how is it a young black man who don't even really use paid marketing as a millionaire, as an entrepreneur. They trying to understand that when I come from slavery, when I come from a marginalized community. They trying to understand how I work from home with no staff and earn what I earn and live the life that I live on the level that I live it with no mentor. When all they teach is get a mentor with no real paid marketing system. using paid ads when that's what they teach. Using funnels without a funnel, and that's what they teach. So they trying to understand how you doing this, boy. Cause you come from nothing. Like you come from marginalized community. You ain't wasn't given this here kind of knowledge. So how you doing this? God in the midst. But see, where God is in the midst, there comes sacrifice. There comes sacrifice. And that's what that right there. That right there. That's what y'all boys don't want to hear. Listen to me. Listen to me. I don't jike my thing. I don't jike my thing. When I say jike my thing, you know what I'm talking about? Angela. I don't do that no more. I don't do that. It's been a while, long time. You know why I stopped doing that? Because I realized it's an addiction. So I don't do it. I don't watch pornography. Yeah, I'm looking in the eyes. I don't watch porn. You know why? It's an addiction. See, anything that's going to take from me, from my control over my life, I don't get drunk. If I drink some wine or my wife make me a margarita, I'm not finna let that take control of me. I'm not finna have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I be around men who drink like that. Who could drink 10, 15, 20 beers. I don't do that because I don't want nothing to take my mind. I was in the streets hustling because I was about money. But I ain't never smoked weed. I used to have the purest of the pure because I sold dope. And so I ain't even know what I was selling. It looked like little Christmas trees. If you a smoker, then you know. But I ain't know what I was selling because I had never smoked it. I just knew it smelled like cleaner. Like it almost could have been an air freshener. Like a weed air freshener. I'm like, why did thing smell so like rich and good? And why it look like a Christmas tree? Why it look like it got diamonds on it? Like, what the world? And then I knew I hadn't sold some stuff that looked like grass that was cut up out the yard. And then I know I sold some mids that was kind of a little bit, you know, but I never smoked it. And every day I keep a quarter pound on me because if I get caught, I ain't want too much time. And so I just keep a quarter pound with me at a time. I wasn't riding around with 10 pounds and all of this right here. But I never smoked it. You know why? Because I didn't want to turn my mind over to an addiction. Because I saw that it was a gateway drug. And I saw my family members be led down the rabbit hole. So you see what I'm saying? So in order for me to become a God-made millionaire, for me to become a husband and a father, to have 2 kids from one woman, and to have been in a household with my kids from my wife their whole life, and me, since my first son was born, he's 14 years old, me and my wife have not been broken up for more than 3 days. And that was in the first 2 months, and my son wasn't even home yet. He was in an intensive care unit because he was born 2.5 months early. So from that time, my wife left me for 3 days because I was selling drugs. And my cousin had booked a rapper. He had booked a rapper for a concert. Kaya. You remember Kaya. If you're from Florida, you know Kaya. He had booked Kaya for a concert. And so whenever you book artists or whatever, you know, and he was a dope boy. When you book artists or whatever, if they smoke, you supply the smoke. He had the top grade, dro. And so he had some left over. He was like, hey man, I just threw a concert and I got a little bit of dro left. You want it? I was like, well, cuz, what you got? It wasn't even nothing. Like, I think it was like 14 grams. I was like, what you gonna give it to me for? He was like, I give it to you for, I can't remember what it was, but he gave it to me for half price than what you sell it on the streets for. He said, man, cuz, just a little something to put a little money in your pocket. I was like, all right, shoot, give it to me then. Cause my son in the intensive care unit right now, man. I'm working a job. These people paying me $8.50 an hour, man. I need a little extra bread. So I got that draw, and that feeling came back. That feeling came back. That little immature, ignorant feeling that you feel when you in the streets and you think you the man. So I'm riding around my Impala on 22s, and I crank that music up, and you know, I'm out here and I got that good. Now, yeah, boy, I got it. What's going on? I'm putting it out here, putting it in people's nose. Boy, smell it. Boy, smell it. Boy, look at this. Everybody like, man, where you get it from, man? Where you get it from, bro? We ain't got this out here, man. Where did right here come from? So now I'm feeling good again. I'm like, ooh, yo, boy, I'm back out there. I'm finna build. I'm finna flip this, flip that, flip that, flip that. So now because I done married my wife, I thought I had a lock. I thought I had a trap. So when I told her I was back in the streets, she said, oh, all right. You remember what I told you, right? And she left. Boom. So for the 14 years my son been living, me and his mama only been broke up 3 days. And at that time, he never experienced that. My sons ain't never saw me and my wife fight. Ain't never saw no pushing, no shoving, no cursing. My son heard me yell, like raise my voice a little bit. When I was getting on to my wife about being too loud at the soccer game and yelling at me, grown men, because my wife thinks she could whoop a man. And I had to tell her last night because I about got in a fight at the hockey game because a drunk man was yelling, bang on the glass. Because when you sit on the front row at the hockey, you supposed to bang the glass when the players come run into the glass. And it's game 7, and I wasn't banging on the glass because I just ain't into it like that. I just got the bread to be down here. And so he was like, bang on the glass. But the people beside me that always come to the game, they weren't banging on the glass either. And so I didn't look back at them. And my wife had to look back at them, and if looks could kill, she could kill you. But I told her last night, I said, baby, you cannot whoop no man. I'm like, don't stop doing that because you're going to get me in trouble. And when I put hands on him, he liable to lose his life because I ain't going to have no stopping me. And so then I'm going to prison. I say, stop doing that. And so years ago, I had to get on to my wife by yelling at grown men like she could whoop them because I'm like, I'm finna have to fight this fight. But she just gets so crunk at games. And so that's me and my wife. That's our only riff. That's our only riff. And so that's all my son done seen. That's all he done seen. Now compare that to your average relationship. And my son saw that one time. And I ain't even curse. My voice raised. I said, listen, stop yelling at the game at these people. A boy from where I'm from, a man from where I grew up, just was shot and killed at his son's football game because he got into it with another daddy, and the other daddy pulled a gun and shot and killed him. I'm like, you cannot play like that. As men, we do not play round. We don't sit and go back and forth with our mouth. Some hands finna be thrown or some bullets finna be shot. So stop putting me in that position. That's the extent of what my son has seen. Never once have my son hear my wife screaming, yelling about a woman calling her, a woman texting her. I'm running in and out and cheating. My son don't got to see me tiptoeing out at midnight, 1 o'clock. My son don't see me gone because I'm with another woman, or I'm standing in a hotel because I'm mad. My son don't see that. The only time my son see me gone like regular is when I was on speaking tours. If I was on a speaking tour where I'm gone for each weekend for a little season, or when I'm working with the NBA team and the NBA team flew me out to their city every week for 2 to 4 days to mentor their players. That's the only time my son seen me gone regular. And that's when my 14-year-old was 8 years old. So his brother was 1 year old, so it didn't even affect his brother. So my point to you is, for me to get here, 14 years married, in a perfect marriage, what I call perfect. Because she ain't cheating on me, I ain't cheating on her. She ain't disrespecting me verbally. I'm not disrespecting her verbally. And we healthy financially. We healthy physically. We healthy spiritually. We healthy socially. Our kids got straight A's because of the balance and the tutoring that they get from their mama. And the balance that me and her bring to the household. So they able to lock in and they able to focus. But they not just straight A students. They also elite athletes. They play travel soccer. They also gamers. So they play video games just like every other kid. So they got a well-rounded, balanced life. And we go to games. Hockey, basketball. We got a suite at the NFL stadium. So we go to every home game. We got courtside seats at the NBA arena. So we go to them games. So they got a well-balanced life. They daddy make good money. You know what I'm telling you? And they daddy, even with that money and access, is faithful to their mama. So my sons can ride in a Bentley, in an Angel Cat, in a 2021 Sprinter that's decked out, look like a private jet on wheels, in an Escalade, in a G-Wagon, in a Maserati. They daddy got all of that. So they see they daddy with it. They see they daddy go drop a bag for his friends to buy them cars. They see they daddy buy Mercedes for his sister, for his mama, Maserati for his daddy. They see they daddy pay the bills of his sister, his mama, his daddy, his mother-in-law. They see they daddy book a private jet for his wife family, for all 13 of us to fly to Jamaica private. They see that. So they see that they daddy got the same thing and the same lifestyle as gangster rappers, as NBA and NFL players. They see that. But they see how I live. They see that they daddy don't curse. They see that they daddy don't step out on their mama. They see that they daddy don't even yell. They see that they daddy don't have addictions. You see what I'm saying? They see balance. They see stability. So as a man, for me to get here, I had to take control of my life. And when I took control of my life, that's when it started to produce not just prosperity, but peace. And that's what I need you to understand. It produced prosperity and peace. And so when I look at other men who just as capable as me, when we compare our lifestyle, the only breakdown is in discipline. The breakdown is in discipline. You got to discipline yourself to have peace with prosperity. If you don't have discipline, you can make money, but you're not going to have peace. Because if you're making money and you cheating on your girl, if you getting high and you getting drunk, you're not going to have peace. You see what I'm saying? Hey, I got to go. I done talked too much, but listen. It's so much in here, it's hard to unwrap. It's hard to unwrap it all. And I'm trying to help men to understand, like, listen, bro, stop arguing with these women. Stop trying to control these women. Stop checking for these women. Stop worrying about what these women doing. Stop worrying about how they live. Let that woman answer to God. If she a dog of a woman, if she a savage of a woman, let her answer to God and go on about your business and focus on you. And then when you focus on you and you grind and you heal you and you work on you, you're going to attract your reflection and you're going to build with this woman, and she's going to be strong, she's going to be smart, and she's going to be classy. She's going to be your equal, and y'all going to be able to build. And you're going to be in peace and you're going to have prosperity. That's going to solve your problems. But first, you have to work on you. Stop trying to ignore your areas, your problem areas, and just point out her flaws so that you can feel better about yourself. Stop standing on her shoulders. Stop putting your foot on her neck and pointing out everything she doing wrong, but then making excuses for your addictions, making excuses for your shortcomings. Oh, that's just being a man. This just a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you gonna do? Like, how you gonna live, man? When all your homies done been killed, man? How you gonna live? Like, what would you be doing, man? I'm doing better than I'm supposed to be doing, man. I'm supposed to be a statistic, man. I ain't supposed to be here, man. So just cause I'm getting high, just cause I'm getting drunk, man, just cause I'm on here on OnlyFans, man, just cause I'm at the script club, man, that don't mean nothing. Because I'm still me. I'm still a man. No, you lost. You lost. You hurting. You broken. You confused. You feel like a failure, but you calling it success. But at the heart of the matter, you need help. And you need to pray for that help. You need to ask for that help. And then you need to receive the help. And then you have to do the work. Get off the drugs. Get out the casino. Get off the porn sites. Get out the script club. Stop cheating on yourself. Stop cheating on your woman. And your life gonna change. Edit Tony Gassman. God bless you. We'll talk soon.